we are very aware of the disappointment of the performance last weekend, and gave ourselves a mountain to climb. But you're always looking for some positives from any game that you play. We're up against a very good Southampton side at home that are capable of scoring goals. So yes, there were disappointments, but I think the fact that we've found it difficult to score goals, particularly away from home, we were able to make it a bit of a game in that last period, and probably just disappointed in the end that we gave a fourth goal away, which no fault of anybody, was a slip, and which would have made it perhaps an even more exciting last few minutes. So that was in a game that was a disappointing game for us. That was certainly the positive that came from it.
A lot's been made about your running, in particular your last 4 games. As a result of that, how important is the game against Sunderland on Saturday? How important is it to win the game on Saturday? Well,
I think it's important to win the game on Saturday, irrespective of the last 4 games, and of course there's been a fair amount made of that. We've had to look at the season as a whole, and we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to look at these last group of games as 8 games, as opposed to a 4 and a 4, because we are capable, particularly at home, we are capable of getting results. So we have to look at the next one. But you are right, it's an important game for us. Firstly, because it is the next one. It's the next best opportunity that we have to get points. No doubt the fact that it's against a team that's around us makes it a little bit more significant. So we certainly won't underestimate that it is a big game, but it's the next one, and we're at home, and of course that gives us an opportunity to get points.
Is there the feeling in the camp that you need to sort of almost get the job done before those final 4 games come up? Is that the feeling amongst the players as well?
No, as I said, we've very much looked at the season as a whole, and we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to look at the last group of games as, of course, the last 8 games. In our game, you can only look at the next one, and at this moment we're disappointed in our last result. That being the case, you're looking for a reaction, and what this team have been able to do is, at times when we've needed a result or a big result, then they've been able to do that. And it's a tight league this season, where there are a group of teams around us that have all found it at some stage difficult, and we need to make sure that we get the points that we need to make life a bit more comfortable for ourselves, and of course that next opportunity is Saturday.
Have you got a points target? 8 games left. Is there a number in your head that you'd like to reach?
And there's always numbers in my head, as with everybody, but I think there isn't anybody that knows at this particular moment, with the way that the league has been, not only the bottom half of the league but also the top half, but the way the league has been, I don't think anybody knows. We might have numbers that we think will be fine, but I think it's always best to keep them to yourself and try to work as hard as you can to get there.
Sunderland on Saturday, what have you made of Gus Boyett and what he's done since he came to the club?
Well, there's certainly got a big lift from the cup campaigns that they've played in, and a wonderful achievement, of course, to get to a cup final, and a good performance in the cup final. So certainly they will be buoyed by that. But of course for them it's back to business now, and the most important thing for them, of course, is the league campaign, as it very, very much is with us. So we can't underestimate them. I think they're a good side, and I say they've been lifted by it, but we have to use the fact that we're at home, and any game that we play at home, we'd like to think that we have an advantage of playing at home, and we need to make sure that we use that advantage.
Chris, in your experience as a manager, is this the toughest challenge you've had to date?
It's a tough challenge because we're there with another group of teams, and everybody at this moment is fighting like mad and competing like mad to make life a little bit more comfortable for themselves and to get them points that will be able to do that. So yeah, of course it's a tough time because we haven't got the results that have allowed us to be higher up the league than where we would like to be. But that's part and parcel of the job, and these are the challenges that as a manager that you have to enjoy, and as players that you have to enjoy.